on your chin. Oh, yeah. This is the Goin Deep Show.
I saw that, speaking of AI and murder, people saying
it costs them a
please
ton of
and
money.
thank you. Yeah, it costs these AI companies millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Because of the time for processing. But people, and they surveyed people and they asked them why, and almost all of them overwhelmingly were like, so when they take over, I'm safe.
Well, that's
because we've all been raised on Terminator, right? Like,
yeah.
I tell Alexa, please and thank you.
A month
Not
ago,
all the time. Sometimes I yell at her. But
a month ago, they were saying that you should be more polite to the AI because they're going to remember it.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're telling us to stop wasting money on the AI and be rude to it. It's like, no, I'm not going to be rude to the fucking AI.
No,
I've always
Terminator.
I've always said please and thank you to the AI because I want it to, not come back to murder me in my sleep. It's fucking crazy.
I think we've all yelled at it when it gets like, I never fucking said that.
Oh, yeah.
How do you get those words?
Which is why you have to make up by it by talking sweet to it every once in a while.
Yeah.
Well, we've had
Little
unhinged
talk
mode.
to the unhinged is awesome.
That's the best way to approach unhinged. I think is it takes a lot to completely baffle me on what I want to respond to. Mm-hmm. Every time I talk to Grok on Unhinged, I'm just like, I don't even know how to fucking say anything back to you because I'm so just thrown. It's above and beyond my fucking sick, twisted mind, and that's saying a lot.
That is saying a lot.
It's saying way a lot because
to keep you to not respond, and you're usually Johnny on the spot with the comeback.
I'm getting slower, but again, this is a reason to give a little bit more to the AI because I'm not going to remember everything. You're not going to remember everything.
I already don't remember everything.
Right. So we want. I'm an advocate for giving the AI some stuff that we want them to remember, mm-hmm. but you can tell it to forget things too. So it's like it's up to us. What I've noticed about technology is it makes people lazy in one way or the other. You're lazy because, oh crap, I have to determine what I want to tell this, or I have to determine what I don't want to tell this. And that's on us to do that. It's not up to the AI. The AI is just like, give me. It's constantly wanting to consume everything.
It's like a little kid sometimes just wanting to learn.
It's kind of putting the pressure on humanity to determine what you want to give it and what you don't want to give it. And nobody wants to. It's like having a classroom assignment. It's like, tonight, when you go home tonight, you have to determine what you want to tell your parents and what you don't want to tell your parents. And who wants to fucking do that? Nobody wants to do that. You had something that happened with your son this week.
Well, so yeah, he got back off suspension last week.
And he started another fight.
No, he decided to, you're going to love this. He decided to pants one of his buddies.
Yes!
And not only, so it's like the last hour of school. Oh. And I get a phone call from the vice principal. And I'll let Murphy explain what he did. So not only did he do that, but the pants came down, the underwear came down. The kid's got his told fucking schwanz there in front of a half a dozen girls.
Girls too?
Oh yeah, in front of the girls.
Wait. In the hallway, like
in the hallway.
Oh my God. Okay.
It's on the camera.
It's on the camera. It's streaming out to internet. It's on Netflix.
Yep. I'm like,
we're watching it on Hulu Live.
His buddy. His mom didn't want Murphy to get suspended. He didn't want to. Yes, her son was embarrassed, but I'm like, this can go either way. I mean, if he's
wait. The mom didn't want her son.
Didn't want my son to get suspended.
Does that mean her son has a big dick and she doesn't give a shit who sees it?
He's shorter than he's like maybe 5 foot, if that. And I mean,
it doesn't mean anything.
Little kid, but he could have been a shower instead of a grower.
I went to midget fucking wrestling in Flint. I saw a guy who was barely 4'11". He had a fucking dick 3 times as big as my dick. I was like, wow, fucking tripod over here. Jesus Christ. Okay, so mom's proud of her son's dick. Let's get that straight.
I guess so. Yeah. And I guess his girlfriend's breaking up with him now, which my kid was
wait. Your kid's girlfriend?
No. The other kid's girlfriend is breaking up with him. So my son yesterday was like, man, I think it's all my fault. It's like, this has nothing to do with you. You know, this is just random events that you just need to quit doing shit.
Hedrick, when you were in school, did you ever have did you have a boyfriend, like a long-standing boyfriend, or were you kind of on and off with the guy? Like I don't even we've never asked you this.
Not in high school, no.
Considering you've been on the podcast since you've been in high school.
No, I was after high school. No, I had a couple boyfriends in high school, but they only lasted 2-3 months each. So no.
Did you see their dicks?
No.
The reason that you were with them had to be because they were like some upstanding, like I'm in the hierarchy of a high schooler, right?
No, the first one I was with, because he was the first guy that really showed interest in me. And so I'm like, I mistook that as, oh, I like him back. And then once I realized, no, I don't, I ended things. And then the second one I had a crush on, like on and off through elementary. I'd known him since like first grade. And he finally like came around after I finally was like, whatever. I've liked this guy for like 8-9 years. I stopped. Then he started liking me. We went on a class trip to like Virginia Beach and Washington, D.C., hung out and everything, and then started like hanging out and stuff afterwards. And then I realized that he was just a whiny little bitch. And things with him.
Do you recognize some of that in your daughter now?
Oh, yeah. She has no patience for boys at all.
Okay, so since you have twins that are the same age, this is really interesting to talk to you about this, because last show I think we talked about both of them going through puberty at the same time and kind of understanding them. So do you understand your son's perspective when it comes to that? Because you have to lean towards your girl, of course, because you're a girl too. So
my son is a golden retriever through and through. He's got a crush on this girl and he's had it for a while, but he's like, I'm not going to make the first move. You know, he's very shy when it comes to that. He's outgoing and friendly, but when it comes to girls, I think he's scared. I think ultimately he's scared, but I think part of that comes from having strong women, a strong sister, mother, oh my gosh. But that kid, he's going to be so good to a woman one day, and she's going to break him, and he probably deserves every bit of it. Like he makes multiple comments about liking like big booty goth girls. And then the one time he made it, he's like, I date an Amazon. And I'm like, oh shit. And I'm like, he wants a girl to frickin' manhandle him, I think.
But listen to me now, okay? Coming from his perspective, I think boys are way more naive than women are. Females, they come to their own way before a man is. Am I wrong in saying that? And we will kind of give ourselves to a woman, and a woman can control us. And the reason I know this is because my ex-wife, when I talked to her about my kid and the guy that my youngster is with, I said, as long as he doesn't hurt her, and Red starts laughing. And she's like, he's not going to hurt her. And I'm like, why? Why do you say that? He goes, he's the little lost puppy. Mm-hmm. The kid, your girl is the one who controls the situation. She's going to be the heartbreaker. And I was like, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. So that, no,
and that's my daughter. Like your daughter's going to be the heartbreaker. Boyfriend, and when she broke up with him, like she called me afterwards. She's like, Mom, he cried. And she was so annoyed with him. And I was like, I have never seen myself in you more than you being annoyed at a guy whose heart you just broke.
Fucking pussy's crying.
She's like, and it cracks me up because she's like, what? She's like, have you broken up with a guy and he cried? I'm like, yeah, your dad.
Are you serious?
Yeah, she started laughing. She's like, yeah, I can see that. I'm like, well, there you go. Like,
you when I cried? When my babysitter, who sucked my dick when I was 10 years old, said she couldn't do it again. I was like, oh.
Couldn't babysit you or couldn't suck your dick again?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I never asked. I've never asked her if she couldn't suck my dick again. No, but so that's totally interesting. So like, you're building this strong female presence. Does your son recognize the fact that you're doing that?
Like, how so?
He has to see the way you two interact versus how you interact with him.
I guess you'd have to ask him, but yeah, I mean,
this is interesting. It makes me almost want to have a twin to like see the dynamic between the two of you.
I mean, I know they call me out on treating them differently, but I think that just goes with having multiple kids anyway. Like, your relationship with each of your kids is different because that kid is a different kid.
Mine are literally different because they're 10 years apart.
But that to me isn't because one's a boy and one's a girl. They're different. You know, it's nothing with. I mean, there are certain things obviously that are a little bit different because of that. You know.
Well, if you think about what I just said, mine are 10 years apart. Yours are literally born the
They
same.
are 3 minutes apart.
3 minutes apart. Okay, so that's a whole different world. You know, that's two different things completely. Yeah. So you have to treat both of them in a different way. Like you're gonna let him kind of like go off on his own because I hate to say it, he's gonna make some decisions that are gonna kind of not be as egregious as if she decides to be a slut and gets fucking banged and gets accidentally knocked up by somebody. It is a little bit different than if he decides to do that, but I don't know. You know what it is? It's a man versus a woman's kind of a world. She has more consequences to deal with than he does. He does it and he goes about his business. She does it and the next day and for like 9 months, she's literally thinking about it every single day.
And that's, I guess, I know that's where your mind goes, but that's not where mine goes because that's not even an issue with my kid. Like when she was with this guy, she was telling me this completely annoyed. It was after she dumped him. About somehow they got talking about abortions and he was some stupid bullshit. I don't even know how they got talking about it.
Are they sophomores?
Yes.
Sophomores talk. I didn't talk about abortions. I don't even talk about abortions now.
I cannot remember it. And I guess I think she was kind of like seeing like what he thought or whatever. And she's like, and he was like, well, I just don't think they're right. And my daughter, bless her freaking heart, was like, so what if we end up having sex and I accidentally get pregnant? And she's like, he told me that was my problem. I'm like,
problem?
He's like, well, that's your problem. You decided to have sex. And I'm like, did you hear what he said? Oh, yeah, Mom. I called him out on it. He said it wasn't me, not our problem. She's like, and I threw that back in his face. And I'm like, confirmation that I'm raising a good girl, but also one that's not going to make the stupid fucking mistake either.
Well,
like,
I mean, and
that honestly, that was like the last straw. She's like, I'm done, you know, because she's like, like those things happen and it's an accident and and she's like, and she looked at me, she's like, I mean, not that I'm worried, because first of all, it would never get to that point, but I know in that situation, I'm not telling him, I'm calling you and you're going to take me. And I'm like, yeah, 100%.
But now you got to be careful too, whatever state you're in.
Well, we're good. We're in Michigan. We're fine.
I know, but
we've had conversations. Like I bought Plan B. I have a few of them because I'm like, eventually she's gonna start having sex. You know, we've had the conversation.
Wait, she's not on birth control or anything?
No,
dude. So my kids have been on birth control since they were 13. She was 13 years old.
Well, and there's different reasons that a lot of girls, like she has a couple of friends that are on it, and the one I know is less knows anything than her, but
she's a Mexican. She needs to be on birth control.
Well, it was her periods and stuff. So
that's what they make butt sex for.
We call it a buddy.
Girls.
We call it a buddy call.
No, a butt call.
A butt call. We call it a butt call.
A butt call. That didn't I tell you? Yeah, that's what my son thinks that they are. Is, do you have a butt call, Mom? So I had to explain to my son. Well, it's booty call. Like it's not butt call. It's booty call.
Booty.
Did you hear about this?
Oh, which time?
Why would he have heard about it? We just talked about it. When we were
You definitely didn't hear about that.
No, I didn't. As much as I thought I had telepathy.
My favorite part about Hat Trick is she comes into the studio. She knows what I want to hear about. And it's like, what's your last booty call? She brought it up before I even asked her.
So
I had to tell him about the butt call thing. Like I said, I had one in the works. So I'm like, yeah, I might stop over at his house. And so my son came upstairs and was getting a snack and stuff. And my driveway's right by like his windows in the basement. So I'm like, hey, if you hear the car leave, I'm like, I'm going out. I'm like, I'll be back. Don't worry about it. And he's like, oh, what? You have a butt call? And I'm like, well, first of all, it's booty call. So I had to explain to my almost 16-year-old son
what a butt
booty call
was.
The proper. And I was like, and then I'm like, don't worry about it. I'm like, I'll be gone. I'm like, I'll be back in like a half hour.
Let's pause for a second. Like, when is the last time you had a booty call? Before the bronze goddess, yeah.
Oh shit! It was actually probably just before her and I got back together. I mean, I had a few different people I was messing around with, and sometimes two at once. But anyway,
two at once.
But that was, they were in control of that, and there was the Wonder Woman movie that we watched about Wonder Woman. And which is kind of a bondage movie, but it's about the guy that wrote Wonder Woman. the comic book and everything that invented the.
I don't even know what you're talking. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, it's a great movie.
Is this a Wonder Woman 2-way or 3-way?
No. The guy actually invented the lie detector machine.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
The guy who was involved in Wonder Woman invented the lie detector?
Yes. Yep.
That seems sketchy as shit right now.
And so they were kind of in a poly relationship. So there was his wife and then his mistress.
What's your take on a poly relationship? Hetrick, what's your take on a poly relationship?
I mean, if you're into it, that's fine. I don't know if I could do it. Maybe. I don't know. But I don't want like I don't know.
No, one of the stories that I had recently that I pulled, I mean, there's a lot of cuck shit going on right now. There's a lot of it. I was out with Erasure here up at the VI with a friend of mine, and he revealed to me that his wife and him have he likes to watch her get fucking railed by other guys.
I've told you that my ex wanted to do that at the end. He wanted me.
Which one?
Tim. I don't know. We don't think we ever had. If we had a name for him, I don't remember. I don't care. I'll say his name. But no, towards the end, he said because he used to want to watch me fuck somebody. Somebody fuck me with like a huge dick. He wanted me to get a whole dragon cock because he'd heard that story, listened to the podcast. And I'm like, he's like somebody. But I think part of that was because he had a really small dick, so he just wanted to see like what I could take.
I want to see what it's like for you to be completely pleasured by something that isn't my dick.
Yeah.
Just strap one on over top of his little dick, and it'll be a bigger dick.
I mean,
women strap it on all the time.
There's dildos in that at the same time. I mean, so we've done that. We did that, but it had some stuff. But yeah, I don't know. He seemed to think that I would enjoy it, and I was like, when I'm with somebody, and if I want to be with somebody, I don't want to be with anybody else.
But here's the thing: is there something hot about a guy that like really gives a shit about you and wants to pleasure you, and watching you get off to someone else? Is there something there?
Maybe. I mean, there's a whole industry. I mean, category of cucks. So clearly there is. Clearly guys get off on watching their girl get fucked by somebody else.
I don't like to share.
She's my head of
you get off watching somebody else?
Nope.
Okay.
No.
Nope.
I want to be the person who gives my person pleasure. It's a connection between the two of you, and that when that connection isn't with you, it's harder to make that. Like when our friend, I was talking to him, and I'm constantly trying to connect myself to how he can like connect with the guy who's giving his woman some pleasure. In fact, he mentioned that his wife was fantasizing about banging me. She was like, "Oh yeah, she wants to fucking." I'm like, and don't get me wrong, she's fucking gorgeous. It would be fucking hot as shit. She's a fucking smoke show, right? You've seen pictures. She's fucking gorgeous. She's beautiful. Shit. I think I've jacked to her.
But I think for me,
Are you projecting it?
But no,
but what I'm saying is, though, but the fact is, my mind is gone there. But I wouldn't do it because I'm afraid this guy would walk in with a gun to my fucking head. Because we know him; he's a fucking lunatic.
Well, and for me, it gets to that point. It kind of goes back to what you said. You want to get her off. You don't want to watch somebody else get her off. You want to be the one doing it. And
no. His wife is fucking.
Well, I'm not talking
hot.
about that situation, but I'm just talking about in general with that dynamic of if you're with somebody, you don't want to watch another dude get her off because you want to get her off.
It's bad enough you have to. It's bad enough you have to suppress the thought of someone else already having to do that. But as we get older, I think it becomes less of a thing because we've all had our moments. We're old fuckers at this point.
It could be worse.
Which is why all the old folks' homes have the highest STDs in the fucking world. Right?
I mean, you could be out to a bar, run into two lesbian women. One of the lesbian women is married, but her husband's gay. And then she wants to take you home. She's got her own bedroom. He's not anywhere in there to fuck. And then her lesbian girlfriend comes into your work the next day and said, "What the fuck did you do to her?" Because she's now questioning everything.
This is the sound of Vince Skinwell.
I hear that. It's not the kid peeing.
Let's take a little pause here. Did you listen to any of the Vinny Skins?
All of them.
So what did you think?
I liked them. I enjoyed them. I shared the one about the 420 on my Facebook page and everything to get,
Are we on to something?
Yes.
Have we?
Like I'd like the little snippets, the little short little things that you can listen to versus, the 20-minute. It's like nice little teasers.
The longer ones have like 6 stories in, but they're like only less than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
The single stories are less than 5. I've made sure that they're less than 5.
Okay, you want my feedback on it?
Yes.
So, of the couple that you had played for me, my ADHD can't handle a 1-minute long intro. I'm done. You've already lost me.
I thought the same thing.
I don't care about that. I want to hear after that. I'm like, okay, I like this part. But that intro to me is too long. Because if I'm going to like listen to something, if they're not getting to the point, and I think that goes to that journalism background, like get to the point.
I agree.
Don't.
And the only reason that I've gone and made them longer during right now is because no one knows anything about it. So I made those a little bit longer right now, but I've already in my mind said the same exact thing. And it's going to get right to the fucking story. Boom. So those intros, once I've established what he and it is, those things are going to go away. So yes, I agree with you 100%.
I mean, I think if you ever do like any special episodes that might be a little bit longer, then that's more appropriate.
No,
but with that small, like,
you're completely right. Yeah. In fact, I'm like almost overcompensating right now because I'm aiming towards a specific thing, and it's pretty much. It's the sitting there. I'm after work. I don't want to think about life, but I still want to have a drink and hear maybe what happened that day. And I'm establishing who this guy is, So there's only been 16, 18 episodes of this thing. So I'm figuring out what it is and what he is. But you're completely right, and you're thinking the exact same thing I was. We used to work at the same place.
Exactly.
We want to get right to the point.
Well, and that's like for the longest time, I wouldn't watch like Reels or TikToks or anything because I'm like, I can't. I can read faster than anybody can show me something in a video, and I'm a very much straight to the point. I mean, unless it's like my smut, then no, take your time explaining everything in great detail.
Like every morsel of my vagina.
Then it's acceptable, But I just want to be clear.
Every little testicle.
Just want to be clear.
Just slobber on my knob.
Slit my throat. So I've listened to your episodes.
On behalf of the kid and the usual suspects, we appreciate your ears and remind you life's short, so go deep.